Okay. Hi everyone, it's Texture Cosplay. If you already know, you know. Hi everyone, it's Texture Cosplay. And I know what you're thinking. Excuse me? Why do you sound like that if you're new? And yes, it's me, Texture Cosplay. I am real. I'm not fake. At least I don't think so. And so this may be a little late, like I don't know, maybe 9 months late, but I'm finally making a video about my Midway Anime Midwest to 2021 experience video. So yeah, well, before going to the convention, I never gone to conventions. I only ever saw them on YouTube, on Instagram, mostly YouTube, about, you know, conventions and everything about them, how fun it was. And I never really wanted to go to one because I didn't think I could afford going to one because, well, you know, hotels aren't really cheap. But still, I had the hope one day of going. And, well, and then that wasn't the other problem. The other problem is, well, I mean, have you looked at me? Like, that's the other thing. And one thing I've heard a lot about conventions was harassment and a lot of creeps, and, you know, even though it would have been kind of fun messing with somebody, you know, like in Uno reverse card, like a guy trying to flirt, and I'm like, what's up, bro? What you want? Or it could be like, I see you like to go down. Don't want to hear that. I'm gonna cut that from the video. So yeah, there's that. Well, anyway, so a lot of things in my mind. I wasn't even sure, mostly because of the money. It wasn't even like I knew where it was, everything, tickets, pretty easy. Just the money. I was like, could I really afford there? Will I survive? Will I get trampled? Will somebody snatch my wig or call me out or make fun of me? I mean, it's a place, right, for everyone to be open and everything. Yeah, I have a little cold, so sorry about that. All those, so yeah, all those things. And I guess last year in the summer, because of COVID, I mean, I got COVID. I nearly died in the hospital. I'm exaggerating, but I did go to the hospital and couldn't breathe, and, you know, and it really affected me because it gave me that feeling of, you know, what if I get sick and there's complications, or this virus may actually destroy conventions. And from what I've heard, they actually kind of did. Unfortunately, it really severely affected a lot of them because they couldn't open for literally a year. Imagine, just for some small conventions, small cons, if they can't open just once in the season, that's it. They can't open again. You know, they're literally, you know, they were kind of the line operating, but with COVID, it was like a death sentence. So, and then there's that. Then there was COVID. Oh, that's another story. I guess you could say it ruined my life, but it kind of also taught me, like, wow, you know, I was lucky. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, so there was COVID, money, you know, and then the harassment. There's a lot in there. And just, here's the other thing, I don't really have friends. I don't hang out with anybody. The last time I hang out with people or with a friend was, yeah, I don't remember. So that's the other thing. And now imagine suddenly going into a place with, like, oh, I don't know, a few thousand people, and then dressed like this, which is another thing that, it's like, oh, people aren't really nice from what I've seen in my area. But I don't go out dressed like this. This is only at home. But I was like, I kind of want to break that barrier to go to a con for the first time, and also go out like this, because I really love seeing videos about all the cons, everybody in their favorite superhero, or just having fun, making friends. And it was not even out of my comfort zone. It's more like going from point A to point a billion. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, it's like, how they say it's not the tip of the iceberg. Well, I'm not even on the same planet. It was like, it's not even the giant steps, more like, oh, it's like I only exist to, bam, here I am. So there's that. Oh, how long have I been talking? It's hard to talk since I'll never talk this much. I don't talk to anybody. I'm always at home just laughing at memes all day. A day, oh god. So, or being sad. Alright, anyways. So, I made a decision to be like, if I don't do this now, cons may not exist anymore. They may completely be out, And it didn't really look good at the time. I was like, I should probably just, like screw it, fuck it, just go to the con, buy the ticket. I bought the ticket. Okay, so I bought the ticket like 5 months before, after the hospital thing, because I was like, I'm gonna just buy it so I could have it, just so I could, give me motivation to want to go. And as every day grew closer, every week grew closer, then literally a week before, it was a pretty hard time for me, because I didn't know if I wanted to go. It was just mostly because I'm not really like everyone else, and it kind of really messed with my head. But I just kept thinking also, it's probably like where the nicest people are at, at least, from what I've heard and read and all over the web, there's the nicest people there. But there was only one problem: no hotel, no room for me to stay in. And so I was like, I probably won't go. Come Friday, the first day of the con, I'm like sad. I'm like, I didn't make it. There's no way I can go. I literally had $20 on my checking account. And yeah, comes 9 p.m. or so, 10 p.m. And I was like, I got a ticket. Like, the reason I'm not going, I could literally ask my parents for help at that time. I guess I could be like, oh, can you help me with something? Help me go to the con. But at the same time, it was mostly because I was scared to go, It wasn't really that, it was just, I was afraid to go. That's the thing. And it was really hard for me. I didn't even really know how to process, me going to such a place, to such a change, It was only like, 2 days at that point. If I go, since I already missed Friday, it was gonna be a Saturday and Sunday. So I was really thinking about it, and I guess I told my mom. I asked my mom, my dad. Well, my dad, it does. No, my mom is, they don't really like it. So I asked my mom for help, and she helped me. Saturday morning, 8 a.m. I think it started like at 10, the first thing started. Or I think I was late, but I don't remember. It's been a while. But I do know that there was then the other problem. I was like, I want to go. And then I live, let's say 45 minutes away on normal traffic, or 30 to 40 minutes. And then there was the problem: do I go on the train and then, I could go on the train, but it's gonna be like a long ass loop. It's gonna take like 2 hours to get there. Funny enough, where I live, it's a straight shot to the convention center. It's literally straight. Like, I'm not kidding. It's just straight. You just go on this street and go straight. 30 minutes or so. Or I could take the train and go literally all around, go downtown, and then go all the way to the Blue Line bridge to Rosemont. So, and the thing is, I was like, I'm gonna go. Like, I don't care. I'm just gonna figure it out as I go. It's literally the worst thing you could. Don't ever do this. So I was like, okay, I'll take an Uber. It wasn't cheap. $35 one way. Okay. Do I go like this, or do I find a place? Because there's problem number 2. No hotel. There was no way I go for a hotel, even think about a hotel. And I wasn't gonna ask people like, oh, can I stay with you guys? I mean, let me look at me and be like, oh, she's cute, and then hear my voice like, oh. So yeah, that's not good. So then, after making a decision, I went to my normal self, my voice self, and I arrived, and I had the heaviest backpack in the whole convention. I could probably, if there's a recording of, I tried looking at all the YouTube videos of the convention, like all of them, and I didn't see myself in one of them because they're mostly recorded either on Friday or at the end of Sunday, which I guess I should have. I wasn't really many places. I was in panels, I wasn't really hanging out there much. But I just wanted to see me walking around with this big ass backpack that it looked like I had it looked like a boulder on my back. And that's the other thing. It's just this is a convention horror story. This is my first convention. It's a horror story. Really, it's the worst way you could possibly plan something. It wasn't planned. So I have this backpack. I arrived with the biggest backpack ever, and I was in front. I looked at videos on YouTube so much that I had the layout in my head, like, oh, this is the entrance, this is where you go, blah 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 blah. I literally just went in there. I was like, oh, entrance, okay. So many people sit down, and then people in line. And I remember when they said, I don't talk to people, I have no friends, I don't hang out with friends, I'm by myself all the time. And I walk in, and I just freeze. I'm like literally, it felt like forever. I was like, I didn't know what to say. I looked at people, but I was looking at them awkwardly. I was like, and when I looked at around the left side of me, it was where the merchants were. So I went that way. I was like, I literally walked in like they didn't exist. And a lot of people were like, I think somebody said, oh, nice lightning cosplay. And I'm like, oh jeez. Like I mean, that's probably the goofiest person on there. I was just so awkward. I mean, just thinking about it makes me, oh wow. So yeah, I walk in like a maniac. I start freaking fast walking for some reason. Passing through people. Like, I bet you people were like, if they had a piece of paper, that thing would fly off their hands. I was like, So I go in with this giant backpack. Can't even speak. It's literally 4 a.m. Oh, 4 a.m. Whatever. And I go in, there's the IDs. When you go in, you go straight. There's the area where everybody's sitting down, taking pictures. And then the left side is the entrance to where you go to the merchants, right? In the ID line. They need people who didn't line con. I don't know what they're doing. Anyway, I go in straight in there, and I'm like, I start looking at everybody, and since this is my first time, I stare at people. I started staring at people, and I think I creeped out so many people. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I really am sorry. it was my first time, so seeing everybody in their cosplay, I'm like, wow, 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 that's so cute. Like, I was like, but it wasn't really like this. It was more like making with my mask on. Obviously, we all had masks, but I think I was so awkward because when they looked at me, I was like, and I kept walking. Oh jeez, it was a disaster. My whole experience, but it was great because it was just something being around with people, you know, cosplay that's what they like. It's just, yeah, I've never been in a place like that. I've never been in anything. I've never gone out in my life, so that was the first time I ever gone out, and it was a con, and it was amazing. And I want to go to all cons, but you know, it's expensive. I can't go. No friends, you know, or if I ask friends and they're like, oh yeah, let's go, and then literally like a week before they just ghost me. Like it's like, I'm like, oh yeah, you wanna go? Yeah. Hello, hi. Are we going? And I think it's mostly attributed. It's mostly because it's not that they can't go. It's just, you know. It sucks with this trip. Like I already had that experience many times, but that's what I gotta go through. Anyway, so yeah, I go in there, and I'm just walking around, seeing all the merchants, and and even though I'm enjoying looking at all this stuff, I'm also in my mind like, I'm so fucking broke. I can't buy shit. I think my budget was like $12 or $10. I'm telling you, don't ever do what I do because it's just, I'm a survivor. Like that's all I can say. I had $10 and I got a bag that was like a mystery bag. It had pokies. It had freaking the drink. Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot the name of it. People are gonna kill me. Well, I had a lot of stuff in there. I had a big ass bread, Japanese bread. The best mystery bag ever. It was my first mystery bag in any place I've ever bought, so that was cool. And yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. I mostly stared at people and walked awkwardly. I've never been there, so a lot of people saw me go back and forth. They were probably like, it's like this bitch is lost. I didn't know what the hell I was. I was like, what panel A is here? What the hell is here? You know, I asked some people, which thank you for helping me. I don't know if you'll see this video, but yeah, if you see this, thank you for helping me with directions, because if it wasn't for you guys, I probably would have been going around circles the whole convention and probably passed out and died. So yeah. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, I went Saturday and I went Sunday, and it was the same thing. I had to Uber it back and forth. So $35, 35. Sunday, 35. Yeah, it wasn't really the best planned out convention ever, but it was great. With all its problems, with all of its things, it was great seeing people happy, and I did scare some people because of my fast walking stairs, so I'm sorry, but it was my first time, you know, going to a con and being with, well, many things to a con, being with more than 5 people around me, being in a place around me dressed like this, being in a place where everybody's like talking, socializing, and you know, it's, yeah, I was freaking the hell out. I don't know how I maintained my composure, but I literally wanted to hide. But I somehow made it. I was like, calm your ass down, like, you're not the only one here alone. I think maybe I was, but whatever, chill. So yeah, that's my first con experience. I mean, there's too much to say. It was just, I went there, I looked at everything, I sat down by myself. My biggest backpack, that was something that sucked, because the rave, I couldn't go to any rave because they don't allow bags, obviously, and there was nowhere else to put my bag. And in my bag is my normal clothes, so it was either don't go or don't go and cry. Which it was kind of hard, but I pretty much didn't go and cry when I went home because I couldn't go to the rave. But other than that, it was okay. It was pretty awesome. I didn't even think that COVID-19 was a thing. I had a mask on, but good thing because my makeup was really, really bad. Like, it was really bad. I just in the guy's watch. Oh, okay. So I'm here thinking I'm finished. I have other things to say. Changing into my lightning form. Where could I change? Oh, I have a good thing. I have a room. I have my own hotel room. No, I had to go in the boys' washroom, which is fine. If it wasn't that everybody literally stared at me, they were like, you know, it's so weird because I never thought about it. I think it didn't even register in my mind that will happen, you know, or that could be a possibility. Even me thinking about it, like if I see somebody that looks, I guess I'm not gonna say I'm passable. Like I don't know, I think I look like absolute trash. But as I was walking in, they literally it's funny because they're talking to their friends and all of a sudden they're like, and I'm just like, oh my god, don't stop staring, just keep walking, and I fucking go in there and smash the freaking stall door from the toilet, and I just change quickly or take it off quickly when I finish, you know, when I'm leaving home or when I first came. I was lightning those 2 days that I went, so I was just lightning, but I can't speak. But yeah, it was the most awkward thing. The Sunday was the most awkward of all of them because there were cops there. Like, I don't know, but you know, with how a lot of people see people like me these days in the US, and then seeing cops there, it's just, I mean, it's like the worst freaking situations for me. Like all the worst things, or yeah, worst situations that could possibly happen to me. I'm there. There's like people arguing, and the cops are right outside the boys' washroom, and then there I go, and then I'm like, I gotta go to the washroom. Like I see these guys. I see this group of guys outside the washroom. Out of all the places they could be, they're outside the washroom, and in the hall where you know you go to the main stage. Yeah, you know which washroom. So it's right where there's hundreds of people going every second, every minute, or whatever. And I'm like, do I go to the washroom or do I go somewhere else? Oh my god, I don't want to go upstairs anymore. I walked like fucking 15 minutes to get here. Get my giant backpack. So I was like, fuck it. But just imagine this, right? There's guys, there's cops outside just talking, and then there's this person walking like this with a giant black backpack, and I guess let's say I look like a girl, and I freaking go inside, and well, I mean I go inside the boys' washroom, like, oh my god, those cops literally stared at me. They were like The Rock, you know, like, do you smell what The Rock is cooking? They gave me that look, like, I was like, oh, excuse me. I tried to say it like in the most high-pitched sound, like, excuse me, and they literally they didn't just go like, oh yeah, you know, whatever, move a bit, or they just went, oh my god. So yeah, with a big ass black backpack, looks like I have freaking drugs or something in there, looking like lightning, walking in the boys' washroom with a group of guys outside, like, man, that was funny though, because when I was in there, I was like, oh my god, everybody's fucking staring at me, and I think even one guy was following me, like I was staring at everyone, so I kind of knew who was, you know, going where. trying to sound creepy, but you know, I was like, oh, cool, they're going that way because I am. I'll cut that out. But yeah, so that was pretty funny. It's awkward, but it just felt so annoying. I was like, I just want to go and change. Like, I don't want to look like a goddamn clown. like it's literally, I just went to washroom and everyone was like, even the guy, it's funny because even the guy was walking in, I forgot about this. The guy was walking in and he's like, oh shit. He's like, am I in the wrong washroom? And I just stared at him and I was like, he just walked in the stall like a maniac. Almost tripping and stuff. Oh my god. So yeah, that's my con experience. Was a complete disaster. It was hilarious. It was awkward. I lost like 50 pounds with this backpack. I had no place to put it. I had no room, and I somehow survived. I somehow didn't pass out. For some reason, I thought I was gonna pass out because social anxiety or whatever. But no, it was surprisingly okay. People were nice. People actually complimented me, like, "Oh, nice lightning cosplay," and I was like, "Oh, thanks." And took pictures too, so you know who you are. Tagged you. Cool. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Do I want to go to another con? I've been wanting to go to another con, but I mean, I can pay the ticket, I can pay all that, but I don't do the normal 9 to 5. I do gigs, I do online stuff, I do other stuff, so it doesn't pay as well. It's just enough to pay the bills and have some money left, but I'm thinking what I can do, you know, to still be independent, to do everything, you know, myself. Like, I want to go to cons, I want to be with a group of friends, you know, but it's hard, you know, because you know, it's this, you know, it's because I'm different, you know, it's not necessarily because they don't want to go, it's just, it always comes to that. They see me as something, and then they hear my voice, or they see it, and they're like, which I understand, so it's not easy, but hopefully I can find a group of friends to go to conventions, you know, all around the US. I can't travel outside the US, just so you know. But yeah, I mean, if you want to go to a con, you know, want to be in the group, and no creeps, because I've had many of those. They're so freaking obvious. They only want one thing, and it's disgusting. Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Anyways, so yeah, that's my terrible video. Like, I don't know if anybody's even still listening. Everybody probably left a minute after, but for those who survived, it means a lot. Thank you, and hopefully see you in the con or somewhere someday. Maybe friends, you know, connections, go somewhere, plan something, you know. But yeah, so, oh, by the way, you could call me Danny, or you could call me Jen. If you see me like this, I don't care. Jen or Danny. Actually, I guess Danny is the best one, so you don't feel awkward. Just call me Danny. Like, what's up, Danny? Like, what's up, bro? So that's it. Yeah, so go to sleep, or go eat, or whatever you were doing.